Hi everyone, it's been a while since I shared a stitch tutorial, so today I wanted to share with you this lovely decorative stitch called Bosnian Stitch. So let's take a look together. First of all, I've got my fabric mounted in my hoop and I've just marked up some lines with my heat erasable pen. I have got 6 strands of this lovely pink thread. Now on these lines, I'm just going to stitch some little back stitches. So just pushing my needle up through the fabric and then pushing it back down at the top of the line, pulling the thread all the way through to create the back stitch. And I'm just going to work my way along and stitch the rest of them. This is a really pretty stitch, and what's great about it is that you can experiment with different colours. I'm going to stitch the whole thing in pink, but you could mix and match and make a pretty pattern. So here is my first set of finished stitches, and now it's time to connect them to stitch the pattern. So I'm starting at the bottom of this stitch here on the left, and I'm pushing my needle up through at the base of the stitch, and I'm going to pass the needle through the top of the next stitch. Just carefully pulling that thread all the way through, so you can see we've now got a diagonal stitch. So again, starting at the base of this stitch and pushing my needle through at the top of the next one. And you can see we've got this really lovely zigzag pattern starting to form. So I'm going to continue this until I've connected all of my back stitches. This is such a pretty stitch, it's really nice for adding detail, and you can also stitch some really lovely borders with it. And as mentioned earlier, you can mix and match the colours to create a pattern. So you could use 2 different colours, use one for the straight back stitches and one for the diagonal stitches. So I'm just adding my final 2, just pulling that thread all the way through. It actually looks really pretty in pink, I really like this. There we go, so my final stitch is going in. Here we go, that is our line of stitches all finished. And now I've backed my hoop, here is the final result. It's looking really pretty. Will you be giving this one a go? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Happy stitching.